morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are on this sunny Friday, last Friday before my birthday. Woo! So I hope everyone's well. I'm joined today, as always. Yeah, it's nearly my birthday. Everyone is good and well. I'm joined, as always, on a Friday by Jimbo, Mr. Chang, and the Queen herself. Jimbo, first of all, how are you doing? And you're muted.
Mute.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna come.
Sorry.
Are you all right? That's all right.
Yeah, sorry.
Pay attention, please.
All right.
Are you doing okay?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you, darling. Yeah, very good.
Good.
Thank
Glad
you.
we got
Morning,
there in
everyone.
the end. Ellie, how are you doing, my lovely? Are you looking forward to Sunday?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Saturday tomorrow because I'm going to Burnley, and then I'm doing a triple threat Sunday, right? And then it's your birthday. It's your birthday.
You're
it's your
surely.
birthday.
It's the
Come
birthday.
Happy birthday.
Let's hope we've got something to celebrate. Mr. Chang, how are you doing?
Doing very well. Hanging in there. It's the last week now. We are going to the last couple of days before the end of the season. And I know a lot of fans will tell you that they can't wait for the season to be over. I honestly, the feeling's kind of mutual actually, because, there's not much to look forward to from between now until next weekend. But we still have the FA Cup, which I believe we are going to preview. Here it is, the FA Cup final for the ladies, and I am very much looking forward to it.
Yes, agreed. I'm not going to say I'm looking forward to the season ending because I get so miserable when there's no Premier League. I'm not going to lie, but
I'll cheer you up, darling.
Yeah, at least we've got the Euros. Is it the Euros this year?
Yeah.
Yes, the Euros in Germany.
Yeah, so at least we've got something to watch.
Jim's going to show you a new kind of ball.
Yeah, no doubt.
I'll do some new dancing for you.
Yes.
Oh, God.
Come on.
Oh, dear. I don't know what to say.
Kate's going to go into hiding.
Let's have a look who's in the chat.
Oh, look at me and Chang. We both got yellow again.
Oh, yeah, you're matching again.
Well done.
You're like Posh and Bex. I don't know which one's which.
I wouldn't be surprised if our third kit is yellow next season. I really am looking forward to another yellow third kit. I really love this color. I don't know why, but it's just me.
It's because you're like a ray of sunshine, Chang. That's why.
Yeah. And I'm
Thank you very much.
I'm all in black, guys, because I'm mourning Eric Dyer and Harry Kane not making the Champions League final. That man is cursed.
Yes, he is.
He really is cursed.
I knew Real Madrid would get to the final because that's just what they do. Let's be fair; they know how to do it. But that we will. I will touch on that. Let me just see who's in the chat, and then we'll touch on that. Ace Satar has said, "Deluded Ange on a media offensive to improve." Boo! We don't want to start on a negative.
Move on.
Big up, Lala. Hope you're well, lovely. Good to see you. Hope the sun's shining where you are. Big up, Steve D's out and about again in the car. Well, it's nice to keep you company while you're driving. Drew was saying, Kate, is it your birthday? I swear I heard someone say it's on Monday. Yeah, it is. I don't know how anyone's found out. I've kept it so quiet. There you go. Good afternoon, AJ. Hope you're well and you're not late. You're right on time. Good afternoon, Kate, and the ruggedly handsome Sir Jimbo. And as always, the youngest looking old man, Mr. Chang, and Queen Ellie, Hoybier, Bentancur, Werner, the best looking panel ever. Big up, Shemtan. Hope you are well. Good afternoon, Paul G. Afternoon, Graham, Spurs GCTV. We're all good, thank you. Hope you're well. Got someone called Chang saying good Friday afternoon to you from the Oriental Far East, Miss Drula. Isn't it weird sometimes when we sit here and to think that Chang's like a million miles away?
Yeah.
It's bonkers, isn't it? Yeah.
The beauty of technology.
Yeah, I know. I'm old, so it still fascinates me. That song's come in my head now. They call him Mellow Yellow, yes, or Yellow Submarine. I can't see that A Sutter's comment. I think it's someone who's blocked me, so I can't see their comments. Yeah, you don't want to see negativity on a Friday anyway. Who wants to see that? Boo. Mr. Chang, the king of all of Asia. There we go. What can we say? Tis true. But yeah, Ellie, did you watch the Real Madrid and Bayern Munich game? And what did you think about the old VAR decision at the end?
I fell asleep, to tell you the truth. I didn't watch it. I actually fell asleep because, you know me, I'm like an insomniac. I don't sleep, do I?
Yeah.
So I fell asleep and I woke up and I thought, oh, yeah, Harry Kane was playing with Eric Dyer. And I checked the score and I thought, you know, when that sinking feeling, because I wanted him to get the final.
Yeah.
Not Eric Dyer, he can do one, but Harry Kane, yeah.
Chang, did you see it?
I wasn't able to watch it live, but I caught the replay of it, and also I rewatched the highlights. I thought it was a strange decision right towards the end, the apparent offside, and I believe, I mean, fair is fair. I believe Thomas Tuchel had every right to be aggrieved, and he felt, you know, it was very unjust. But then again, though, I believe the result was actually partly his own doing. I mean, why would you take off probably your best player on the night when you're leading, when you have still so many more minutes to, you know, to play, having Dyer at the back in defense when you are trying to see out the game against Madrid, you know, is possibly one of the worst ideas you could possibly have if you don't know what Dyer is all about. So I believe Tuchel only has himself to blame. Put it this way, he only has himself to blame.
Yeah, I mean, Jimbo, to be fair to Eric Dyer, he did some fantastic blocks during the game, but Tuchel's...
Well, there was a lot of comments after that he was man of the match.
Yeah, Tuchel's substitutions with 10 minutes to go, or whatever it was, to take Harry Kane off when they're only 1-0 up was ludicrous. But, I mean, what do you make of it and that VAR decision, which was completely against protocol at the end?
I said, as soon as they took him off, I said, what's he doing? It's 1-0. If they equalise, there's extra time. If anyone's going to put a goal away, it's going to be him. I mean, it was just it was very strange. And he brought on Kim Min-jae, who had a nightmare the game before.
Yeah.
In the first leg, and it was like, are you going out to lose this or what? But the goal they scored that they never scored. Why is he putting his flag up? And they're meant to wait when it's that close. And I mean, I don't. It was just it was very strange. To me, it looked like a bit of someone that had their pocket filled with some money. That's what it looked like to me. Because he should never have had his flag up. He should have meant to wait.
I did see some people saying, "Oh, well, you know, Bayern would have definitely scored." But as someone rightfully said, the flag went up, so the defenders stopped running. So there's no it's not definite they would have scored.
No, of course not. But it's something we never know now. But I mean, they brought this rule in that unless it's obvious by a yard or 2 yards, you don't put your flag up. And he's putting his flag up. And the referee, why is he stopping it? He should have just let it carry on. He hasn't got to blow his whistle. He's in charge. I mean, it was very strange, Kate. But I mean, maybe Ellie's right. Maybe Kane's cursed.
Yeah, it does seem that way. Interesting question here. If Ange was to leave or get the sack, would you take Thomas Tuchel, Ellie? Thoughts?
No, because he looks like Skeletor. No, I wouldn't. No, because he's too aggressive. He's too in your face, and I just don't like him. I think he's a bit nasty. Like, look what he did to Conte. Conte went to shake his hand, and he nearly broke Conte's hand.
Yeah.
No, I just don't like the way he sets up as well his teams. I mean, look at what he did yesterday. It was ridiculous. You know.
Yeah, I agree. Chang, are you of the same agreement?
100%. I mean, honestly, that incident, that confrontation he had with Tuchel last season away at Stamford Bridge, that was totally unnecessary and uncalled for. I really don't get why he had to get into Conte's face, although there was a bit of argy-bargy and, handbags leading up to that. But when it's all in front of cameras, when it's, when the game is done and dusted, you don't go ahead and do that. And for me, Tuchel rubs me off the wrong way up. Handbags. There we go. Yeah. So I mean, I would prefer Nagelsmann over Tuchel, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. Jimbo, do you agree?
Well, I just think we've had too many ex-Chelsea managers. We don't want any more.
Yeah, exactly
No.
what Jim said.
And you know me, Kate. I'm not a bad loser, and I hate bad losers. I expect you to be upset when you lose and not like it, but don't be a bad loser. And he's a terrible loser. Terrible.
Yeah. In regards to this, Daniela, I'm just going to say let's wait and see. He's a good player. We're being linked with him heavily, but I'm not getting my hopes up. We're being linked to the world and his wife at the minute. Let's be fair, it's silly season, so let's just wait and see who we get. Tuchel's the German equivalent of Conte, too explosive, always arguing with the club's owners and players. Can we please ban Ange leaving till? Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I
Ange
agree.
ain't going anywhere. I would have liked to slap off between Conte and Tuchel, says Carl Simpson. Big up, Carl. We've got the right manager, and when he's back, we will be competing. Yes, it will take some time, but it's going to happen. And apparently, Danny Olmo wants to go back to Spain. So, yeah, we'll see. I'm not going to go through all the games today because it's a busy show, but I'm going to sort of focus on the title challenge games and then go into the Spurs preview and then obviously the FA Cup final women's preview, which Ellie's looking forward to doing, I know. Yeah. But the first game of the weekend is Saturday lunchtime. Fulham hoping to stop Man City's title hopes. Jim, do you see anything? You can give a score prediction if you want, but I've not written them down this week because we're not doing all the games. But how do you see this game going? Do you think Fulham can get anything against City?
They could. You can't say they can't because of course they can. Fulham are a funny team because Fulham can go out there and win 3-0, then go out and lose 4-0. They're just a strange team, aren't they? I can't see it. I can't see anything but a City win if you want to know the truth.
Yeah. Angus is coping with a bit of hopium today, saying Fulham to win 2-1.
Right, Angus.
Ellie, do you see Fulham getting anything from this game?
Oh, it's a tough one because they're, like Jim said, they're a funny old team. You don't know what you're going to get. Like 1 week they'll win 3-0 against us, then they'll lose 4-0, and then they'll win 5-1, whatever. They're just up and down. If they perform to their level, they can give anybody a game. Because we saw against us, they battered us 3-0 and they made us look stupid in a lot of areas of our play. They work hard. They are a diligent team. They work as a unit. I don't know. I think Man City are better. So I'm going to say we're going to give a score prediction.
You can do, Ellie, if you want to.
I think 4-2 to Man City.
That's the score I chose, funnily enough.
Yeah.
4-2 or 5-2. I can't remember what I said.
Yeah.
Chang, what are your thoughts on this game? I know that all the Arsenal fans are praying that Fulham can do them a favour.
Well, I think it's going to be a very tall order for Fulham to even get a draw against City, despite City maybe not having the best of seasons. But with only 3 games for City left to play, one of them against us on the penultimate day of the league, I really can't see City dropping points here over at the Thames. I think it's going to be a 3-1 win for City away at Craven Cottage.
That's what I said.
Yeah, I think 5-4, 5-2.
Yellow.
I think the yellow. I think Fulham will score, but I think we all know City at this time of the season, they tend to go into overdrive and they're unstoppable. And that's quite all right with me. If we lose to City, I'll take that. Sorry, I know some. If we win, I'll celebrate because we've beat City. But if we lose, I'll be all right. But big up to Paul G for becoming a member. Thanks, up Paul. To you. Thank you so much. The members show's back next Thursday if you want to come on and have your say. But yeah, I'm one of these people who I don't want Arsenal to win the league. So if us beating City stops them winning it, but at the same time, I want to beat City. So I'm hoping Man United will beat Arsenal. Save us having to rely on us.
Yeah.
But
it's written in the stars, Kate. We're going to beat City, and Man United to beat Arsenal.
Yeah,
and Arsenal would have blown it again.
Yeah,
I really believe that's going to happen.
Yeah, it's the typical Spursy thing, isn't it? We actually give them the title, if you like. We push them over the edge. Big up, Skills. Good to see you. Shark spotted in the Thames. Is that a joke or not? Big up Bobby K. Good to see you, sir. Yeah, it would be the ultimate Spursy thing to probably the most Spursy thing of all will be to lose to Burnley, to beat Man City and then lose to Sheffield United. That would be the ultimate Spursy thing. Yeah, which is quite possible because with Tottenham, you never know what's going to happen. Paul G says he can see United getting a result, which we might as well cover that one next then. Man United, Arsenal. Now, normally I would say the same, but they look so poor. And they've got so many injuries, Man United. I'm not sure they could pull it off. Chang, can you see Man United possibly getting anything from this game?
They could if they learn their mistakes from the Crystal Palace humbling. But knowing Ten Hag, knowing the players, I believe. I mean, if you just look at the highlights from that Palace away game, the United players look all out at sea. They look disinterested. They were kind of like Spurs players when we took to the pitch against Liverpool, maybe with one eye or other, their minds already planning their summer holidays. Even though there still is 1 whole week left of a Premiership action left to be played, but I mean, honestly, for United to even get a draw would be a credible, tremendous effort on their part. But I see Arsenal winning at Old Trafford. Although in United's defense, I did predict a 2-2 draw. Even though my heart says they're going to lose, but my head tells me that maybe, just maybe, they may have something up the sleeve. If Gary Neville and Rio Ferdinand, talk our ears off before kickoff, you never know what may happen. So yeah, I'm going to predict a 2-2 draw for this game. Wow. Speaking of 2-2 draw, I believe Mark CSC got the same prediction as me.
I bet
well
Mark's
done, Mark.
wearing yellow as well. I think you're all in tune with each other. Ellie, what do you think?
Yeah. I think United will win. I think because Man United, they're one of those teams, they always throw in a shocker, right? And they haven't been playing particularly well, but they picked up quite a good number of results. Like they beat Liverpool in the Cup. They just scraped through Coventry, didn't they? Coventry deserved to win that game. But they're one of those teams, they always surprise you. When you think they're pants, they've got to a final. Yeah, and they'll always be Manchester United, won't they? They'll always have good players, but they haven't gelled as a team, right? Yeah. But if the one individual player steps up, like say, I don't know, Fernandes or Højlund or Martinez or there's so many Anthony. There's so many individual players that can turn it on any given day and win them a match. So I'm hoping that Manchester United batter the arse.
Yeah, there is this, as Yusuf says, although there is that rivalry between Arsenal and Man United, Man United fans don't want City to win it because of they're like 4 in a row, which is far better than Man United have. So, Jim, what do you think? Can you see an upset?
Well, I just think there's a few more twists and turns. I could see it being a draw and us drawing against City, or them beating United beating Arsenal, then us beating City. It's just typical of Spurs and Man United to do something when they shouldn't be. But I mean, the rivalry between Man United and Arsenal is a lot stronger than Man United and City. And Man United fans probably want Arsenal to win the league over City, but you can't tell the players that they're going to want to win this game, Man United.
Yeah,
for sure. So it's going to be a good watch, and it wouldn't surprise me if Arsenal won 4-0. Wouldn't surprise me at all, but it wouldn't surprise me if Man United beat them.
Yeah.
So, but it's going to be a tough game. It ain't going to be like
sit on the fence, Jim. Tell us exactly how you feel. Don't sit on the fence,
I've just got this feeling. I've just got this feeling that United are going to beat Arsenal and we're going to beat City.
So, if you had to give a score, what would you say?
2-1 to Man United.
Wow, I love how confident that Angus is. If they play Eriksen and Mainu pivot, we're dominating them. And he said Man United get nothing. Daniel puts a good point. They've only had 2 league wins there in 20 years, Arsenal. So it is one of their bogey grounds.
Yeah.
Big up Aaron Lawrence. Not seen you for a while. Hope you're well. He says
Aaron.
up the ladies to lift the FA Cup trophy on Sunday,
Yeah.
and the men's team better win tomorrow. Simple as that.
Yeah.
United have nothing to play for. Well, they've got pride. They should have pride to play for, if nothing else.
Especially after losing 4-0.
They've got their FA Cup places to play for.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
Yeah.
But I think that's the worst thing that could have happened to United was to lose against City, against Palace.
Yeah.
If they'd have won, they might have come out here a little bit more cocky and confident and got walked over. But because that they lost 4-0, I think they're going to stand up and be counted.
Yeah, Ellie's right. They're going to want to be in the starting lineup for the FA Cup, so they have got to impress. But Paul G agrees with you, Jimbo. Says United will be pumped for this, and the fans even more so. United will drop off, I reckon. So Arsenal win the title, not City. Oh, don't say that. Don't say that. The Arsenal team are different in years gone by. We beat United easy. I mean, I predicted Arsenal 3-1, so I don't see an upset, but I'm hoping that I'm completely wrong. Beyond 72 says, as bad as United are, they still have players who can hurt you. No one gave Villa a prayer. So if Arsenal are wasteful, I could see United nicking a point. Angus, again, with his confidence. Last season, we'd lose this game. This season now, I'm so confident we beat them and go on to win the title. The title? Win the title?
I like it.
That's all. I hope that's all Arsenal win, the title, not the title. Yes, we all know you love a title, Jimbo. Nothing to play for equals zero pressure, unlike Woolwich. Yes, there is that as well. Watch Anthony turn it on and have the game of his life. I want United to bounce back after that defeat to Palace, but I can't see it. I'm hoping all is crossed. Yes, everything is crossed. I'm baffled as to how we haven't beat this United team. I know results have been crazy this year. I think there's been so many bonkers results this year. It's been unreal.
Yeah, so you got to look, Kate. It didn't surprise me that United beat Liverpool because the rivalry goes back so far, and it's the same with Arsenal. You know, that's why you can't. It's hard to call because of the rivalry. I mean, it was United and Arsenal at the top for how long, fighting each other. You know,
Wenger and Ferguson.
Yeah, it doesn't go out the window. It's ingrained in the club.
Yeah.
Carl Simpson saying #free the tittles. United are having a fire sale this summer. Do people think we should try and get any of their players on the cheap? Oh, anyone at United? Anyone fancied?
No.
Say no. You said you did say you think there's a player in Maguire.
I think Maguire. I think that he's took a lot of unnecessary stick off of people because if you watch a lot of games, he's kept them in the games. You know, in a lot of games, but no, not for us.
Anyone? Chang,
No.
Elly, any United players you like?
If you asked this question 5 years ago, when Pochettino was still in charge, maybe I would take Luke Shaw as competition for our left backs, but maybe that boat has sailed. Honestly, I can't see anyone from the current crop of players unless you want to consider, say, Kobe Mainu, although I believe he's still very, very young, very fresh. I think it's going to be one for the future for United, so I adopted it for sale.
Yeah, I agree. Elly, anybody that takes your fancy, a bit of Rashford?
You know what? If he wasn't so bloody moany, I wouldn't mind. You know who I'm heading for, didn't you?
Bruno.
Yeah, I would see he's a very talented boy, but he just wastes it by bloody going round.
Sorry, I can't listen to
that. Jimbo.
You know what? Because we were in for him, weren't we? And we nearly got him.
Yeah.
So we would probably look at it differently. Yeah, but
Elly,
he
would not fit into our club, not one bit.
He wouldn't. But I'm saying for talent, he's probably their most talented player.
I would hate it if he was at Tottenham.
I know, so would I. So I'm gonna skip that one and go for
good
Højlund.
idea, Elly.
I'm gonna go for Højlund so he can match up with Højbjerg.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I wouldn't mind.
He's a decent player.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind Højlund.
I think there's a good player in there.
Yeah, his movement is very good, and he's still young, and he can score a goal. you know, and I think he's going to be a really big talent for them in future years. Yeah, so I'm going to go for Hoyland.
Chang, what was you going to say to Ellie about when she was rabbiting on about Bruno?
I just did that
honestly, between say Bruno, if I really had to choose a midfielder from United, I probably just take Eriksen back. Honestly, I mean, I would rather have someone who has actually played for the club and who can still put in a shift, although he may not be the spring chicken he was from 10 years ago, was it? Since we sold Bale, I think it was about 10 or 11 years since we sold Bale. He's no longer that player that he was, but I would still, take him over Bruno Fernandes anytime.
He can still hit the pass.
The only two that you can consider is that Manu and Hoyland.
Yeah, Manu's a very good talent.
Yeah, they're the only
They ain't
two.
going to let Manu go. He's academy player. They're not going to let him go yet. No. He looks like he's going to be mustard, but Hoyland's the only one. But I don't think they'd let him go. No, I wouldn't take Rashford. No,
not in a million years.
Daniel says, when have City ever dropped at the business end of a season? People just hoping City to win the league. They're about to win this league without getting out of second gear yet. Quite possibly. I agree with this. Wenger and Ferguson, best rivalry in Premier League history. 100%. I think everyone.
That's what I said to you, Kate. Is that doesn't go out the window. That's ingrained in the club.
Beyond says they can't even spell title, let alone win one. Maguire in Angie's high line, that's a recipe for disaster. If Rashford could remember he's a footballer and not a dinner lady, they might have a chance. I'm not being funny, but that's not a bad call. There's a good player in there, but I wouldn't want him at my club. Luke Shaw spends more time in the NHS than on the pitch.
Yeah.
Big up Paul G. He's done a super chat. Says, this weekend I'm a Spurs, United and City fan.
Is Paul a Chelsea fan?
Paul G. I'm a Spurs.
I think he's a Spurs fan, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he was a Spurs fan.
Isn't he a United boy?
Yeah, I think so. Thank you for the super chat, Paul. Much appreciated. Bringing Rashford under a real manager like Ange, you'll turn him around. Possibly. I'd be tempted to get Mason Mount, probably get him for 10 mil. Think Ange could get him playing again. Yeah, but would he want to come to us being an ex-Chelsea boy? I don't know.
He's a Spurs fan.
Yeah, he was through, wasn't he?
People see City lose 2 or 3 at the end of last season when they started rotating, as they still had as much to play for. So I think they can lose now when it's all they have left. Yeah, there is that. Good afternoon, Jess. Good to see you, lovely. Hope you're well. Congrats again on getting to 600 subs. Bless you.
Well done.
Make sure everyone goes over and subs to this channel. It's a Leeds channel, but they cover all the football. Make sure you go over.
Leeds United.
Wow. AJ says he'd genuinely rather have Brennan Johnson than Rashford. Jim, this is a democracy. Jim is like, hell no, this is a dictatorship. Mainu, I think he's mustard. Eriksen hasn't fitted in there at all.
No,
if Mainu was at Tottenham, Angus saying that we was looking this morning at news, Ellie. This will be a shock to you, and they were saying there's a good chance Bentancur could go in the summer.
Oh no, they better not sell him.
Yeah, that's what they were saying. I don't know how you feel about that.
Injury. Maybe they feel that. Maybe because of his injury that he's not going to recover, and he's gonna.
I'll be gutted.
I'll be gutted as well.
I mean, when he came back from the first injury, you could see he's still so brilliant. It's just getting him back again from the second one.
Yeah, I think Bassoon was going to be the surprise exit.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think that'd be a surprise. I'm expecting him to go, Ellie.
Yeah. I think he doesn't deserve it because his attitude on the pitch.
Well, it's not that. It's
hard enough.
I think he had a good first 10 games or so in the season, but then he just dropped off and he hasn't really picked up again. Can we risk that he's going to do that in another season?
Yeah, I would say he had a good 7 games, but
you can't risk
the other
players.
team was fairly good, but having said that, like you said, Jim, but he has dropped off. But it's not just a drop off; it's like, where are you, Basuma?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Missing.
Yeah, completely missing. El Dante, big up to you, says Garnacho as well. Forgot about him. I like Garnacho. I think he's a good player.
Decent player.
Yeah.
He hates it when he comes off as well, which I like. You know, when the player really cares that he's getting taken off.
Sorry, Paul. I got confused there.
Jim upset him. Our new member, Paul.
Come on. we're not transferring him into another club. Come on, he's Spurs through.
Yes. Angus said if Arsenal sign Rashford, he'd be good under Arteta, like Kai Havertz.
Well, I think that Rashford would suit Arsenal a lot more than he suits United.
Yeah. I like Garnacho. I forgot about him, to be fair. Mount is a Pompey boy that had CR7 picks all over his wall. That's why he went to United when they say you get the 7. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Right. Yeah, Garnacho is class. Can't believe we all forgot about him, but there you go. Rashford has 9 goals and assists this season and Johnson has 13. You're welcome. Big up, AJ. El Dante saying, please don't sell Bentancur.
I don't think he's going, Kate. I
hope not.
I think out of the middle lot, I think it'd be Basuma that's gone.
Yeah, I hope so. Big up, Dragon D's now. It's good to see you. Hope you're well. Bentancur is my first midfielder. Yeah, I think I'd agree with that. When he's on fire, he's just unplayable. I think he's such a good player. Angus, you get carried away very quickly. Lay off the sugar. Yeah, this is Gooners, isn't it? It's Gooners. Mainu is the only Man U player I'd take, says Dragon. I wouldn't mind, Jimbo. I've spoke to you all in the Irish Hotspur WhatsApp chat for months, but it's all good.
Oh, of course, yeah. Do you know what, Paul? I'm in my 60s and I get confused so
my
easily.
God.
Yeah. Sorry.
You use that excuse every day.
It's true, I do. I get confused. Sorry, Paul.
I can vouch for him because
I was speaking to Paul last night. Sorry, mate. Yeah.
I can vouch for you, Jimbo, because I'm the same age, and when I wake up, I don't even know who I am. Where I am.
Bobby K saying, wouldn't mind if we went and spoke to De Gea. He's still a free agent. Wonder if he'd play bench warmer on reduced wages. Wouldn't mind him on the bench. That's not a bad shout. He's better than Ben Forster.
Good shout. Really good shout.
Big up GBC fan. Good to see you. That Johnny Evans is a good player. Oh, my God. Well, I don't know what to say to that. Another game this weekend is Forest and Chelsea. Chelsea seem to have found their form, albeit too little too late. But, Ellie, what do you see for this game? Do you see an easy Chelsea win or?
Yeah, this is a hard one to call because Forest are up and down. You don't know what you're going to get with them. With Chelsea, they're inconsistent, but they've picked up. So I think it's going to be a Chelsea win. I think not by much, though. Maybe 2-1 to Chelsea.
Yeah, tight game.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of talk as well that Poch is going to get an extra year now. Do you think he deserves an extra year?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
It does.
It was an absolute shambles when he took over, right? And you can see now he's starting to put it together. The players are starting to learn him. So 100% he deserves another year.
Big up, Aaron. Chang, what do you think with this Forest Chelsea game and also the Pochettino extension of another year? Well, not extension, but giving him another year.
I had the same prediction as Queen Elly. I also predicted a 2-1 win for the Chiefs. And as far as Pochettino is concerned, I think he's doing a okay job over at Chelsea. It's everything that Mr. James said about Pochettino when he took over Chelsea was completely spot on. I mean, they were in complete shambles before he came in, and whatever Graham Potter, whatever the previous managers did at Chelsea didn't really help matters. And now he's got them playing together, finally playing together as a unit. I expect them to be, our one of the contenders anyway. They are going to be a contender for top 4. I have every reason to believe that Chelsea are going to strengthen in the summer, and they're going to strengthen well. And if we do not act quickly, if we do not act fast enough in the summer transfer window, do not be surprised if Chelsea, gazump us again for players that would be better suited at N17, but because of their maybe of their pool, of their financial backing, or even of their recent history, they might get one over us when it comes to signing better players this coming transfer. So yes, Pochettino is doing an okay job. I think he deserves another season at the helm over at Chelsea, and I will back him actually to be one of the top contenders for us to have to fight against for top 4 next season.
Yeah. Jimbo, thoughts on Chelsea?
I'm going to predict that Chelsea have got 3 games left, and they're going to get 7 points minimum out of them 3 games, maybe 9 points. The way they're playing, I think he's done fantastic there. Poch, the last month, 5 weeks, I think he's really got them into a good place. And they're going to be a force next year because they will spend money. They'll find a way of bringing some players in, one way or another, even if it means they offload a few. And I think they're going to be back in the race next year.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to ask a question. I'm going to start with you, Jim. Given the choice now, would you take Poch back and get rid of Ange, or would you stick with Ange?
No, I know. If it happened, I wouldn't be crying. But no, I really want Ange to succeed, and I think that if we back him, he will succeed. I do. I just think that this guy, I really like this guy, and I know he divides at the minute. He's dividing the fan base, but I just really like Ange, and I think he will bring success if he's backed, and I think he will be backed.
Ellie, would you take Poch or stick with Ange? Ellie?
Yeah.
Is she frozen? Oh, yeah, there she is.
I'm not frozen, am I?
No, you're all right. Would you take Poch back, given the choice, or stick with Ange?
No, I'll stick with Ange. Yeah, stick with Ange. Don't go back to your ex.
Yeah, Chelsea could still overtake us. Chang, you with Poch and Ange, who would be your choice?
I definitely stick with Ange. I think it's a no-brainer at this juncture, at this stage of our rebuild. The way the club is right now, and just how the number of former Chelsea managers that we have had in the past is one too many for me. I think Conte should be the last, and right now, Big Ange is the way forward for us. Although if he doesn't get back, it's going to be an uphill task. But I have a sneaky feeling that he will be back, and hopefully in another 1 or 2 more transfer windows, we will see what Big Ange is all about. He has the kind of players that he wants, who would literally run through brick walls for him. I cannot wait for next season to begin, even though we have no idea which players are going to be shipped out or who are the new players to be brought in. I would say that Big Ange will have a big say in all the signings, because he will not tolerate any Levy signings. Of this you have his guarantee. So yes, I would definitely stick with Big Ange for next season and beyond.
Okay, can I say to Chelsea Mark?
Yeah,
I know they've got Forest next. I think they'll win that. Then they've got Brighton, which I think the least they get is a draw, and then I think they'll beat Bournemouth.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to be controversial and say if I was given the choice now, I'd take Poch over Ange all day long. And I'd have took him over Ange at the start of the season, and I'd take him now over Ange. I don't want Ange out. I'm not an Ange outer. I like him very much, but given the choice, I would have Poch back.
Yeah, hello. Can I speak to my solicitor, please? Yeah, I need a divorce.
The only thing I would say today is that Ange has won much more. His CV's much better than Poch's.
Yeah, but I think Poch is... I like his style of football more, and I think he could do more with the team that we've got than what Ange is doing. But I know it's a controversial sort of statement.
It won us nothing, though, didn't it?
I know, but he got us far closer than anyone else has for a long time.
Oh,
I know I'm not over.
I did love Poch, but I want to give Ange... The reason I want to give Ange a chance is because he's had his first year now under his belt. Now let's see what he's going to do in the second year. Yeah, and it's exciting to see what he's going to do. Whereas with Poch, we know what he's going to do.
I was like Lee Richards. I wanted him back at all costs. I can't help it. I'm not over my ex. He's my favourite manager that we've had in my lifetime.
Man as well, isn't he?
Yeah,
He's very charming.
and he's gorgeous. He's bloody gorgeous.
He's a bit porky though now.
Yeah, but Jim's a bit porky. I like, dad bod is the new thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm taking over the show.
Yeah, come on. I love when Jim does that. Yes. Come on.
Girl power. I might have to take the power off you if you carry on abusing it, Jimbo. Big up, Alf. Good to see you. Poch is a perennial bottler. Poch breathes Spurs. I know.
He really does.
Oh my God. I know, Jimbo. I kind of agree with you. Just want to see us play the way we have been.
Well,
Yeah, Chelsea.
I think that winning breeds winning, and you're playing well. So I don't see you dropping off. I just don't see them dropping off with the last 3 games. I think that they've kicked in now.
Yeah. Bobby K with a super chat. Big up Bobby. Says, Kate, why do you hate Ange? Oh, would you push him? I don't hate Ange. Poch is just, look, this. I love Poch. The passion he showed at Spurs was immense. That's what I like.
I know.
But big up Bobby with the super chat. Thank you.
Conte showed a lot of passion as well, you know.
Who did?
Was very passionate. Conte was very passionate on the touchline. Yeah.
I just don't like him. I liked Jose more than Conte.
Yeah, Jose, not Jose.
Sorry, Jose.
It's all right.
Can I say to Bobby that I just want to say to Bobby that TMC still works?
Oh my God! Touch my cockerel.
All right.
Honestly, Jimbo.
What flavour vape are you smoking there, Jimbo?
Menthol.
Oh, lovely. And you?
Iced mint. Same, iced mint.
Yeah.
But I don't have nicotine in mine. Jimbo does.
Yeah, only a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, only low. Poch had us playing some of the best in England in that second season, in my eyes. Ange has to match that at least. Yeah, I agree. Poch will come back one day, not sure under this ownership. If this ownership ever leaves, bloody hell. AJ, don't forget they're getting Osherman and Tony as well. Big up my brother from another mother. So you all talk to yourself. I think you're talking about Arsenal getting those players because, yeah, I know. Do I like Arteta's passion? Look, I like managers that are passionate, but I don't like managers that run out of their technical area every game. That really pees me off because that's against the rules. And he does it every single match. I don't know how he gets away with it. Where's she gone now?
No, I didn't touch her.
No, I think she got a phone call.
That wasn't me.
I didn't get a phone call.
Oh.
I just got chucked out.
That wasn't me, I swear.
The whole studio. But yeah, the passion is one thing, but you've got to keep within the rules. I thought Poch coming back last summer was a no-brainer. I know things have moved on now, but if Ange gets poached by Real Madrid in the summer and Chelsea sack Poch, I'd have him back at the lane. Me too, but I don't think Real Madrid are going to go for Ange. It's a bit of a come down. Not being rude, but from Ancelotti to Ange Postecoglou, I don't see that happening.
Yeah.
Yes, I have got to do a T-shirt with TMC on. I have. What passion does Arteta? He just seems like he complains every second. Yeah, he does do that a lot. Oh, look, this is AJ. No, Angus. Arteta is a whinging, whining, sulky, salty bitch who gets fed meat by other men as well. Just to add that in there. Big game for us this weekend, even though it's against Burnley. We need to bounce back. I mean, I can't even comprehend thinking that we might not win this game. Chang, are you expecting to see a reaction and a comfortable win for Spurs, or is it going to be another nail biter?
They have to come back. They have to show reaction to this because honestly, if you remember the last home league game of last season, the one that Harry Kane scored his free kick only for, I think it was, I can't remember who he played that day. All I know is that we conceded like 3 goals in the second half. And that was one of the worst post-season lap of honours I've ever seen in a long while last season. It was a bad way to end the season last year. after Conte's sacking. And to make matters worse, little did we realize that it would also be Kane's last home league game for us. That happened last season. So this season, because it's already been announced on social media that we will be doing a lap of honor, or rather the players and the staff, they will be doing a lap of honor on Saturday after the game. So I really do hope they give a good account of themselves, and we see this season off on a high, although it's not been the best of ends to this season. It's got to be said, 4 league losses. I cannot comprehend what a 5th consecutive defeat will do, even though I know Big Ange will still be around come next season, come what may, in our last 3 final league games. But I really do hope the boys turn up, and I am predicting a 2-1 win for good old Spurs. Possibly, yep, 2-1 win. I would back Richarlison if Richarlison is starting. By the way, happy birthday as well. Happy birthday to Richarlison, and also Son Heung-min. Richarlison and Son Heung-min to score.
It's Richarlison's birthday today, is it?
Yes, it is.
Oh, happy birthday to the pigeon. I don't like the fact you only predicted 2-1, because that is another, squeaky bum time win.
Yeah.
Elly, are you expecting a reaction? I mean, we've got a 5-0, a 14-0 from Carl Simpson.
Yeah, we have to restore some pride, because we've been playing really badly, playing pants. There's no energy there's no purpose. I mean, we rallied well against Liverpool, but it's because they dropped off more than what we did. But you know what? They have to play for their individual pride and for the club, because Ange Postecoglou has afforded them a lot of responsibility on the pitch to see if they can handle how he wants to play. And some of them have fallen short. So I don't expect those ones to fall short to pull us out of a result, but I think we will beat them, but it'll be a narrow win. I can't see much more than like a 2-1 or a 3-2, something like that, because Burnley have got picked up. I just feel that we've let ourselves down, and we've let the Ange down, we've let our fans down, they've let our fans down, sorry. So they have to restore some pride, Kate and Jimbo and Chang.
Yeah. I mean, Ronnie's predicting us to lose 2-1 to Burnley. Said that players are already on holiday. Jim, I know what your score prediction is, but I'm going to ask you anyway what you think about how the game will go.
4-0.
4-0 to the Tottenham.
I think we're better. We're at home. We got to bounce back, and I just don't think that they're. I like the way they play football, but it's not doing them any good, is it? I mean, at least he goes for it. I think that I just think we're better on 4-0.
I actually am going to go for a squeaky bum win, but 3-2. I think I went for. If we go, do you know what? I just wish we could win by more than a goal. I wish we could win first of all, but win by more than a goal. Just have a comfortable win. But both our defence and their defence look so shaky. We need a win. We need to win. If we don't get Europe or end up in the Conference League, we will be even more of a laughing stock than we are at the minute. Wow. It will just be a disgrace. Midfield-wise, AJ saying Gio looked good when he come on. Elly, what midfield would you play?
I would play Bentancur, Maddison and Sarr.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. Chang, your midfield 3?
Wow, this is a tough question to have to answer, because honestly, given the way Maddison has been playing recently, and also seeing how Big Ange wasn't afraid to drop him to the bench in the last few league losses, it's going to be difficult to see him starting this game. Although his little cameo towards the end against Liverpool did show some Maddison that we saw at the beginning of the season, the Maddison of old that we all were hyping about when he signed for us. If he does start, I think he should have to really give his all in his final, or not final league game, home league game, but if he is restored to the starting 11, he really has to put in a shift. Although I wouldn't be surprised if Lo Celso gets the nod ahead of him. But I'm going to predict the starting midfield trio of Bentancur, Pepe Matassar, and Giovanni Lo Celso. That would be my three midfielders to go up against Burnley.
Interesting. Jimbo, Ellie's gone with Bentancur, Madison Sar, and Chang's gone with Bentancur, Lo Celso and Sar.
Well, I think Lo Celso does deserve a start, but I think that he will pick the three that Ellie's picked, and I think that'll suit this game very much. I think this is the type of game you need Sar and Madison in. So because the midfield's going to be massive in this game, and I just think that we can take it to them with them in midfield.
Yeah, I think I agree, but I hope that if it's not working at half time, he makes changes at half time and doesn't leave it too little too late.
Exactly.
Make those different changes, whether it be whoever he starts, just switch it up a bit. I hate it when he leaves it too late. I mean, are we putting Dragushin in for this game, Jimbo? I'll come to you first, or are you sticking with Emerson Royale?
No, I think I'd have Dragushin in. If he will or not, I don't know, but I would have him in, Kate, definitely.
Yeah. Ellie, would you stick with Emerson or stick Dragushin in?
I'll stick Dragushin in. He deserves a start before. He's been so patient and he's been so professional, sitting on the bench getting splinters on his bum with Højbjerg, having a little chin wag. Right, so yeah, I think he deserves a start, and he's got a lot more about his game, and I'm sure his versatility will switch to the left because he's a decent defender. We haven't seen that much of him, but what I've seen of him in reels, he can bring the ball out very well, and he can pass better than
Skipper. Yeah. Dragon D's nuts has got a good point there.
Yeah. Yeah, Skippy could well get a start. He played brilliant, I thought, when he came on.
He played very well.
Yeah. Chang, are you sticking with Emerson Royale, or are you making a change?
I don't want to badmouth, or I don't want to put any of our players down, but I really do hope Emerson Royale has played his final league game for us, or rather his final competitive game for us, honestly. Many of you are aware, but I am seeing the rumors going around now that Emerson Royale is actually a priority target for AC Milan of all teams. And if that really does happen, I would ship him off without second thought. Really, just looking at his defensive display against Liverpool. I mean, but in fairness, what was Ange thinking to begin with? Pitting Emerson Royale against Mohamed Salah, that was a complete mismatch, and it was what everyone expected it was going to be. Mohamed Salah was just going to run rings over Emerson Royale time and time again, and I do not want to leave a bad impression. Or rather, I would not like to have the players leave a bad impression with the home faithful just before a lap of honor to round up the season. So if Big Ange has any sense about him, he wouldn't feel Emerson Royale for this league game against Burnley. If anything, I would consider maybe putting Van der Ven on left back, seeing as how he has the pace. Maybe shift Romero to left centre back and let Dragushin take up that right centre back position. Of course, I have been calling out for a 3 centre back defense for a long while, but seeing as how Big Ange hasn't been doing that at all against the likes of Arsenal and Liverpool, I really can't see him doing it right now, right at the end of the season. So yeah, I would not start Emerson Royale, and if Van der Ven is not going to be at left back, who knows? Maybe you might even see Oliver Skip there at left back again. We never know.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said there, Chang. Big up Bobby with another super chat that says it's Kate's birthday on Monday. Do you know she knows Mickey? That's Mickey Hazard, not Mickey Van der Ven, unfortunately. Gio, Madders, and Skippy behind them. Let's see if Madders and Gio can work together, bring some flair. I'd just like to see him try something different. I really would. But yeah, AC Milan, fee of around 30 million euros for Emerson Royale, which is wonderful.
Can I just say I can see AJ and Angus having a conversation about.
Yeah, I know.
Right. No, it's not nasty. They're just talking.
No, I know they're bantering. I know.
Yeah. Can I just say that I think it's a little bit unfair to judge Arteta yet because they haven't come second yet. So I think this conversation should be.
No, but he did right if he comes second.
Yeah, but he's still got a chance of winning the league. So, and if he comes second, he's not. I don't think he's a failure, not at all. So they should stick with him. But I mean, they still got a massive chance of winning the league. We mustn't count that out. Huge chance, you know.
Yeah, 100%. Big up Tottenham, Tom. Samantha says if we can get 30 mil for Royale, let's go. Send him now. Don't let them see him play anymore. No. Van der Ven can't invert to midfield. Jess says, come on, you Spurs. Yes. Big up TDTTV. That's a mouthful. Good to see you, sir. Hope you're well. That's the disabled team TV, I think. So I assume that's Stu. So big up, Stuart, if that is you. The only sorry, I'm just trying to get through the ones that aren't talking to each other. So yeah, we've done that. So front three. I mean, for me, he's got to put Richie in with Sonny and Brennan Johnson. Does anyone disagree?
Nope, nothing to disagree there.
I would play Kulu because he's been playing better. And I think Brennan Johnson's better coming off the bench. He does affect games because he can't last 90 minutes, the boy. He hasn't got that strength like Kulu.
Well, he's doing better than Jim. Jim can't last 90 seconds.
You know. It comes with old age, doesn't it, Jim? Not so much of the old.
I made myself laugh.
She stopped you in, Jim. She stopped you in.
Sorry, Ellie, carry on.
You know what? Jimbo is a henpecked man, isn't he?
No, I just
you love each other, and it shows.
Yes, we do.
Show. You can wind each other up and still love each other at the end of the day, isn't it?
I kind of get what you're saying about Kulu because he played in the middle and I thought he was awful. And then when he was on the wing last time, he did look a bit better. So there is that. Maybe try him. Start with Kulu, and if it's not working, bring on Johnson at half time.
Yeah, that's it.
I wouldn't
be opposed. Burnley. It's not like we're playing Manchester City.
Yeah,
that's a different kettle of fish.
Well, to be fair, Jim can't last 90 seconds because he's already dealt with 5 minutes of TMC. Big up Jimbo and little Jimbo. Oh dear. How does it always go this way, my shows? I don't know. It must be Ellie. It must be Ellie's fault.
True. I'm the troublemaker.
Yeah. But also, what I would say is, Jim, with this whole this little bit of banter going on between AJ and Angus, Jim doesn't think it's fair that you don't. I always say they only won the FA Cup because it was with Emery's team, and Jim, you don't agree with that, do you?
No, I don't agree with that. I'll tell you why I don't agree with it. Because when a manager takes over a club, he can only work with who he's got. If it wasn't players he's bought, right? I think sometimes maybe that's even more of an achievement because they're not his players, and he went on to win a trophy with them. So I think it's really unfair. Look, Kate, you know me. I'm not a massive Arteta fan. I'm not particularly mad on him, but I always give credit where it's due. And I think him winning a trophy with a team that wasn't his team, you could look at it. It's actually a better achievement than if it was his team. And he can only work with what he's got. He walks into a club. If a manager walks into a club, he can only play the players that are at the club. You know, he hadn't had any transfer windows to change them, so you can't blame him for the players that are there. You can't say it's someone else's team. It's a team he's inherited, and he's had to work with them. So I think it's a bit unfair to say that that's not his trophy. And look, you know, I'm not an Arteta fan, but I think that he's actually done the last couple of seasons. He's done absolute wonders with Arsenal, the way they play, how they look. He's weeded out the crap. He ain't messed around, right?
Yeah.
This is one thing I do like about him. The players
the
players that were causing trouble, he didn't care who they were. Aubameyang was the biggest name at the club at the time. Out the door, got rid of him because he wasn't fitting in. So I admire him for that, and I admire him for what he's done. And if he wins the league, it's going to shut every Spurs mouth that have put him down up.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't win the league, I don't think he's a failure. I don't, because when you're up against Pep and what Pep's got at his disposal, to come second to them, to me, is not a failure. And I'm just being honest.
Yeah. Big up Lee Statham. I think if they don't win it this year, I think they've got to give him another season. But I think if then again next year they don't win it, questions have got to be asked if he is the right one, because they have improved this year without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah.
So
see, look, AJ, right? When you say he's reached his level, right? You could be right. He could have reached his level, but that level is top of the league at the minute. So, I mean, it's not a bad level to reach, is it? And if he goes on to win it, I mean, fantastic to beat Pep's team. If he comes second, to me, that's not a failure. Why would you sack a man that's come second to Pep with the people, the players he's got at his disposal, and he can chop and change when he likes every window. So, to me, coming second to that is not failure, not by any means.
Yeah, Aubameyang and Mesut Ozil we got rid of.
Yeah.
Arteta's done well with Arsenal. He's got them playing nice football and they have a young squad. Smash the lights. Yeah, he is rumoured to be signing a new contract, but we'll see. But that's enough
look, at the end of the day, he deserves it, Kate. If that was us, put yourself in there.
I can't listen to all this Arsenal sympathising.
You know what I mean? It's getting too much.
No, but what do you want me to do? You want me to lie? You want me to lie?
No, go on, Jim. Say your piece.
You've got what you've got to do. You've got to be fair, right? Because we're a football channel, right? It's a Spurs channel, but we've got other teams in here as well. You've got to put us in their position. If that was us, right, and it was Ange, and we was fighting for the title, and we come second to Pep, would you want Ange sacked?
No.
Of course not.
But if it was 5 years in and it's happened last season they bottled it.
Last year,
they definitely bottled it. This year if they don't win it, they've been unlucky.
Yeah.
In the fact that
I'm not going to sit here and slag down our rivals just because I'm a Spurs fan. I'm going to say it how I see it, and I see it that if he comes second to Pep, right, that he deserves to be there and have another chance.
Big up to you, Rob Belcher. Good to see you, sir. Hope you're well. AJ says, Jim, I don't think he's a failure and I don't think he should get sacked, but I think he's at his level. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. If I'm proven wrong, I'm wrong, but at the minute I'm right. Yeah, fair enough.
I agree with you, AJ, to a certain extent, but it's very, very hard to beat this City team. Oh, my God.
You did bottle it, Angus. You did bottle it. You got an injury, but you bottled it massively. The games you had that you were winning and you lost, you bottled it, mate.
Angus, let's be honest, right? You had a position at the end of the season, right, near to the end of the season where you had a good gap, and then you threw away leads, and then you give away. I think you went 2-0 down to Southampton, or you was 2-0 up, and they come back. You did bottle it last season, but this season...
Their bums were going...
Yeah, but this season, no one can say you've bottled it.
No. This is true. Chrysandro, Arteta's had 5 years to get this team where it is. He does deserve respect. This is what can be achieved if a manager is given time.
Yeah.
Bigger up, James Bond. Good to see you. What's the situation, without me getting the table up, does anyone know? is it a case of if City lose one, can they still win it, or how tight is it?
Arsenal, because City are 1 point behind Arsenal with a game in hand, so they can go 2 points ahead. So it depends on the results from Arsenal and Man City. But Man City are in the driving seat because they can afford to draw one and still. Well, no, they can't, because if they draw one, they'll be level. And then there's 2 games to go, and Arsenal have got the better goal difference. So it depends who scores the most goals if they both win their last 2 matches. So I think Arsenal might be 8 goals the good, if I'm right.
I think if City draw one, right, that draws the 2 points back, and then it goes to goal difference.
Yeah, it's going to go to goal difference if they both win their last 2 matches.
I'm just being honest. That's all I'm being. I'm not going to sit here.
Yeah, we've got Mikel Arteta in the house. I bet he's not standing in his box.
I'm not going to sit here and bullshit because I'm a Spurs fan. I'm going to say it as I think it is.
Yeah, they played very well, Arsenal, this season. They've been very attractive to watch.
So basically,
and offensively, yeah.
So basically, if City win all their 3 games and Arsenal win their 2, City are winning.
Yeah,
they've won it. They can't do nothing about it.
But if City draw one, Arsenal can win it.
Yeah,
if City draw,
then it will go on goal difference if they both win their last 2 matches. So I think Arsenal 8 goals the good, or 5 goals the good now.
Oh, I'm not sure.
Because I can't check because I'm on my phone. But
give me a quick second while I check this.
I think there's 8 goals difference.
That man, come on. Get your finger out.
Okay, so currently City have a goal difference of 54 and Arsenal have 60. There's 60 goal difference for Arsenal and 54 to City. So Arsenal are ahead by 6. Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, it looks like if that happens, Arsenal will win it, because Man City will have to have a landslide victory, like a 9-10-0.
Although I don't mind, they can beat Tottenham 10-0 if it's secured in the league. I don't mind. I'll take it.
Well, what's the goal difference, Chang?
6.
6.
There's 6 difference. So Arsenal got the upper hand on them. Yeah.
Whoever wins it are going to deserve to win it. It's as easy as that. It's just
true.
It's quite exciting to have a title race that's this close with so much riding, but at the same time, I wish it wasn't involving our rivals.
He says here, Brian Maguire says, "I hope we lie down to City." I don't, because I think that it's you've got to be fair with it all, and I don't want Arsenal.
There's no way we're going to lay down for a team.
I don't want us to lie down and lose it because of Let it ride out how it's going to ride out.
Yeah. This is true. City's last games at home to the Hammers could see City putting 8 past them. They're in free fall. They do look like they're on the beach, West Ham. No, Stuart. Don't say it. Don't even think it. City have Fulham, you and West Ham last game, I think, and West Ham on the beach, yep. North London will have a Premier League champion again. Pain. I feel sick. But aside from the men's massive, humongous game on Sunday, Ellie, with the women's FA Cup final, how are you feeling about it? What give us your thoughts.
I'm so excited and so proud of them. I'm their ambassador on behalf of her game too. I got a message today, right, which was really nice. I'll share it with you later. Because it's on my phone, so I can't access it, but I'll share it. But I'm just so excited to go to the match as well, and I just hope we win the match. I'll be with Benny Boy, Mr. Cough. I'll be with him, and we're all meeting up before the game. Phil P, Nick, and a load of others. So it's going to be such a momentous occasion. And to spend it with the people that you really are in tune with on YouTube as well. And I just wish you guys were there as well.
I know.
That would be the icing on the cake. But the game itself, I think we've got the beating of them. We drew 2-2 with them earlier this season, not so long ago, about 3 or 4 weeks ago it was. and we gave them a very good game. So we have got the beating of them, and we've got so many good players that can turn it on the day, and we do gel as a team as well. You know, we're not just a team of individuals. We really do play as a team now. And I've seen the improvement of the way we've moved the ball under Rob Ball, not Ange Ball, Rob Ball.
Yeah, Rob Ball.
Yeah, and he's a very handsome man as well, which is good for us ladies. We'll have a cheeky look, you know. I just feel sorry for Gracie Clinton because she's going to miss out because she's cut tight. That's very sad for her and her family as well. But I'm sure her family are going to go, and she'll be watching from the sidelines as well. And I just hope it's a really good spectacle of a game, lots of goals and lots of drama, you know. And I hope Martha Thomas gets the winner because I absolutely adore her. She's such a passionate footballer, and she used to play for Man United as well. So she's, you know, I just want it to be a great game, like and everybody's talking about it for weeks and weeks and weeks. And then we can have a trophy down at Tottenham Town Hall, you know, and we can add it to all the trophies that I saw in the tour. I'm so excited, like I could burst, you know, and I'm so proud of them, you know, to achieve this on Rob's first season as well. And he's really got the admiration of all the girls and the respect, you know, because he came from a very good team, guys. He came BK Häcken. So they're a very good Swedish team with a very good history. So I just want us to win the game and bring that cup back to White Lane. Come on, you Spurs women. Come on.
Where is it being played, Ellie? Is it at Wembley?
At Wembley, yeah. At Wembley. Yeah. And there's still tickets available. So if anybody wants to grab one now, they can just phone up Tottenham Hotspur and they'll do it all for you. That's what I do. Because I can't be bothered, you know, to go on and order the tickets. Just phone them up and they'll do it all for you. A lady called Louise done mine and Benny Boyce. So it's going to be just incredible, you know, and to see all the flags going and all the girls, and there's loads of men with their daughters going and loads of boys with their sisters and their mum. You know, it's just a family affair, you know, and there's no argy-bargy, you know, it's all love, you know, at the women's game, and it's just so much more a nicer family atmosphere, you know. I can't wait. I just can't wait to go.
And you're sat behind the goal, I believe. Am I right?
Yeah, behind the goal. So I'm behind the goal in 251. So yeah, and our tickets, 48 hours. They're going to send them to our WhatsApp wallet. You know, because you got your wallet. They're going to send it there. So I'm waiting for it to appear. I've got my Burnley one already because I purchased my Burnley one from a guy called Simon, who's part of our community. So big up, Simon. Well done, getting me the ticket for Burnley. I could have got one on the exchange, but I didn't want to. Well, first of all, his one was a lot cheaper, which was a bonus. But coming back to the girls, there's so many good players. You know that I absolutely adore Ash Neville.
Yeah.
She gives her all. She's got a bit older now, and I think she's playing in the wrong position, but that's another story. And we've got Amy Turner, we've got Luana Bula in defence, and then we've got Shalina Sadowski, the Canadian girl, the one Bobby fancies, which is no surprise because she's absolutely a stunner. Yeah, and then we've got so many other good players on the fringes as well, like Rosella Ayan, who I particularly like. She probably won't get a start because we've got many other players like Charlie Grant that's come from Australia. And then up front, we've got the magical Beth England, who's coming back to form now. You know, you can see she's getting stronger with every game. So I'm really looking forward to the game, and I just hope we bring that cup back. Come on, you Spurs women, bring that cup back. Come on.
I mean, Lee Richards thinks that Beth England could be the difference on Sunday.
100%. 100%.
Martin Knightsbridge, good afternoon, sir. He will be there on Sunday. He's travelling over from Spain for the game. He said he'd look out for you, Ellie. And also MKP is going to be there as well.
With Martin, right? With Martin, just to quickly, we're meeting. I'll find out where we're meeting because we were all talking on the WhatsApp group. So we've got to decide where we're all going to meet. Because I know I'm meeting Ben at Oliver Bonus at Liverpool Street, and then we're going to make our way to Wembley. But the rest of the crew will probably meet at the Box Park, I would imagine. But just wait and we'll let you know, Martin, okay?
Yeah, well, you can always let me know and I can let him know because I've got his number.
Yeah, I will, definitely. It's fantastic.
Chrysandra says Shalina is at West Ham, Ellie.
Shalina Sadowski. Oh, I didn't even know that.
I think she's on loan, isn't she? She's on loan at West Ham for the rest of the season.
Yeah. Yeah, they must have put her on just recently then, because I've been keeping up with the news, but I didn't, because she was at our club about a week and a half ago, right? And I unless she just come back to visit because we're in the FA Cup. Yeah, that's why I thought she was here. Anyway, good luck to her because, you know, she's joined up with Rhian Skinner, our ex-manager at West Ham, and they're not doing so well. They need an experienced defender, because they're second from bottom, unfortunately. You know, so yeah, she is a very experienced player, but she had a massive injury, so it's going to take her some time to get back to form.
Jess says she used to play women's football as well, so she wants to see Spurs win the cup.
Come on.
How are you feeling about the game? Any thoughts? Any predictions?
Come on.
Wow. It's going to be historic. I think everything that needs to be said about this FA Cup final has already been said by Queen Elly. It is a historic FA Cup final, make no mistake about it. The first ever in the women's club history, this FA Cup final. And I really do hope the players are up for it. I was about to add something to what Queen Elly said earlier about our draw against the Manchester United women's team earlier this season. We were actually good for a win, and we were leading that game by 2-1 until the 91st or 92nd minute, until we conceded that very late equalizer in injury time. If I just really hope, I really just do hope that the ladies, they turn up. And they turn up for both halves. Don't do what the men are doing right now, and only turning up for one half, or even not turning up at all. That would be the worst. But Robert Villahamn, what a manager! What a season they are having right now. And I saw this clip doing the rounds on our social media where the men's goalkeeping squad, or rather the men's goalkeepers, they were actually at the ladies' training session, and they were wishing Robert Villahamn and the ladies well. You can look it up on social media. It's doing the rounds, so that's good to see as well. The men's giving morale support to the ladies, and I can see quite a few of the men will be attending as well on Sunday at Wembley for that final. So that's good to see as well. The men's team giving their support for the ladies, which is it works well for the club going forward. And I wish the ladies all the very best. I will definitely be watching that. Hopefully, I will be able to watch it with both my daughters, but I have to check on the time because I really wouldn't want to mess up my daughter's bedtime schedule. But if the kickoff is an early kickoff, yes, I would definitely want both my daughters to be with me as well when we witness this historic FA Cup final. So I think the only thing left to say is, come on, you Spurs ladies.
What time is it, Ellie?
It's 2:30, I think, the kickoff, isn't it, Ellie? 2:30?
2:30, that's correct. It's a really good time because you can get back early and go to White Hart Lane and let them parade the cup there and then. We'll insist on it because we're ladies. We do things better than the men. Come on, you Spurs ladies. Let's do it.
Just switching from the girls for 1 second. Postecoglou's been talking at his press conference. He said there's no fresh injuries in the Spurs squad.
That's good.
He said we're going through challenges at the minute, but I always believe they are a constant in any sort of significant rebuild you're going through. It's how you approach them and tackle them. It's about being as visible as possible. They asked him what he's learned about himself in his first season, and he said, nothing too spectacular. I am who I am. I've resisted the notion to change the person I am. That's not easy in the Premier League with all this extra scrutiny. That's interesting. Basically saying everyone told me I need to change, but I've resisted it because that's who I am. So yeah, interesting. Mr. Shemtan says, how on earth does Chang have daughters when he's only 16 years old?
I know. It's about a bit.
Yeah. I was reading what Robert Villaham has said, and apparently he said we perhaps shouldn't be in the final this year, but we are there and we can win it. And we can use this to go out there, enjoy it, but we need to go out and try and win it. If you win this title, you're going to be on that board forever. That's the main thing we can try to do. And if we fail, hopefully we are starting to grow for next year. But it's not often you get to a final, so make sure that we go for it. I like it. I like it. So, to be fair, they probably have reached it a lot earlier than people thought because it's first season and the improvement under Robert Villaham has been unbelievable.
I know,
hasn't it, Ellie?
Yeah, it's been fantastic, and the goal against Arsenal in particular was such a brilliant move.
That was beautiful
from the back.
That was a brilliant
goal.
Yep.
It was fantastic.
I remember that well.
Yeah, and we played very well that game to keep them out because Arsenal are a very good women's team and they've had more years' experience in the WSL, so we're playing catch up. But we're doing it very well. We're currently sitting sixth in the league as well, with a couple of games in hand over some teams. So I think we can do very well. We just got to play the match, not the occasion, and don't let it overawe us. Just go out there, be focused. And Beth England, she's had experience, so she's been there many, many times, right? And so has Martha Thomas. So these two players are the key to holding those girls and not letting them get too overwhelmed by the occasion, and just go on that pitch and do your stuff. And we got the beating of them because we have got really good players in lots of key positions. Right? Yeah. So, and Naz has started to turn it on as well. So, I've always thought she's a fantastic player, but she got a lot of stick early doors for running out of steam. But she's really, really worked on her strength and fitness. And I particularly look for her in the training sessions. They really did a good job with Robert Villaham, because obviously being fit, Kate and Jim and Chang, it makes a difference when you've got that extra fitness, because you're playing 90 minutes plus extra time now. So you have to be in peak condition to cope with the women's game, because the women's game's moved on a lot, in terms of technicality and physicality, and pure strength and fitness. It's all there, and it will get even better and better as years go on. So I'm looking at all the teams in the WSL are fabulous, but obviously I'm rooting for Spurs because we're Spurs. We're Spurs through and through. And I would know about white and blue as well.
I would know about fitness, Ellie, because according to Kate, I'm 90 seconds.
What was I going to say? Oh, that Naz, I thought she was magnificent in the semi-final.
She was really good.
Absolutely brilliant.
I know, fantastic. She took her goal so well. She worked so diligently off the ball, which a lot of people don't see on the camera. And I saw a few comments here and there saying that she wasn't that good. And I was thinking, what match are they watching? But obviously they're watching it on TV, aren't they? Yeah.
What, Jim, any thoughts about the Women's Cup final? You looking forward to it, or?
Yeah, Spurs double this weekend.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Yeah, I think that. I enjoyed. I enjoyed the semi, and I'm not going to sit here and say I watch the women because I don't. I very rarely watch them. I do if I see that they're on, I will put it on. But I obviously sat down for the semi, and I was impressed with them. That girl you just said, what's her name? Val?
Naz.
That's
yeah.
it.
Jessica Naz.
She's not on loan, is she? She's a Spurs player.
No, she's a Spurs. She came through our academy, which is
I thought she was fantastic. I thought she was woman of the match for me.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought she was really good. But yeah, it would just be nice to see Spurs win a trophy, be it the men or the women.
Yeah. Come on.
Lee Richards says it would be great to see the trophy paraded at the same stadium before the City game. Will give them fans and the men's team a boost. Yeah. Martin says Jim always sits down with a semi. I was going to actually say that, but I thought I wouldn't.
Hey, you just do it for me, darling. What can I say? I've been with you 25 years nearly. You still do it.
Yeah. She still gets your juices going.
Oh dear. AJ says we might be better off letting the women play against Burnley and let them use that as a warm-up for Sunday. Come on, you Spurs ladies. What, Jim? Big up, Jose. Good to see you.
Jose.
What do you think the score will be for the ladies' game, Jimbo?
I think that we're going to nick it 2-1.
2-1 for Jimbo. Ellie, how do you see this going? You predicting a win for the ladies?
Yeah, I'm going to say 3-2 to Spurs.
Oh, nice little goals.
Just going to nick it. Martha Thomas with the winner.
Martha Thomas with the winner.
Yes, come on, Martha. I love her because she's so passionate.
Yeah, she is.
She goes like Jimbo. Come on, you fucking Spurs.
Chang, how do you see this going?
I got a 2-1 win for Spurs as well. I predicted a 2-1 win. I think it's going to be a scrappy affair. This is a one-off game and it's a cup final, and I can't see both teams wanting to give each other any quarter. It's going to be a very tightly contested affair, put it this way, and I can't see too many goals, to be honest. I'm still predicting the game to be won by the odd solitary goal, or maybe just a 1-goal margin by either team, and I really do hope it's Spurs. The earlier league game this season in the Women's Super League has given me hope that we can nick this, and if there's anyone who's going to be getting in the goals, I really do hope Bethany England and Martha Thomas will be in the mix for those goals. Although if Jessica Ness has won herself, all the better. Right now, I would take a win of any kind over Manchester United in the FA Cup final. So yes, I really am hoping for the Spurs women's team to win the FA Cup final and lift an FA Cup final for the first time in 33 years now, since 91. What an achievement that will be. Come on, you Spurs ladies.
Yes. I actually have gone exactly with what Lee said. I went 2-2 full time, and then Spurs to get the winner in extra time when it's 3-2. So it's going to be great. Yeah, it's going to be a great game, great occasion. So nice for not only young boys, but not only young girls, young boys as well, but young girls to see that, women can play football. They can get to a final, they can play at Wembley. It's it's just going to be wonderful. Just gutted we can't be there, but we'll be there in spirit, cheering them on. I think Beth England's going to have an absolute blinder. That's what I reckon.
Yeah, come on, Beth England.
So
She's got such strong legs. Have you seen her legs? They're like so powerful. I can't see the Man United defenders coping with her because she's so physical and she'll put herself about. She's not over a short. Once she gets her speed up, she's a bit like Kulu. Once she gets her speed up, she can go. Yeah. Once she sees that goal, it's like headlights, like Harry Kane, and she can finish so well. So she just needs a sniff of goal, and it'll be bang in the net. So I'm just looking forward to every player playing to their potential, and making a really good game and coming back with that cup. It's going to be so momentous, If we win the cup, right, it's so brilliant for women and the men. I hope we can win the trophy next season with Ange as well, so that the men start bucking up their ideas as well. Yeah.
Will they do any sort of parade or anything, do you think, if the women win?
I hope so. I really do hope so, because it would be a shame if we don't, because the whole of Tottenham will come out, I'm telling you, because they'll be proud men or women, they'll be so proud because it is a very proud area. You know, it's a very, some parts are very deprived in Tottenham, and it will boost the area, you know, to see another silverware coming down Tottenham High Road. Come on.
Yeah.
Look, and my pussycats agree as well. Can you see them?
They're both bless them.
Yeah.
Oh, look at them.
You know something, if we win the cup, we're going to take some stick because all the rival fans are going to say the women can do it, but the men can't.
Yeah, they will, but
I really couldn't care less. I honestly couldn't care less. Any sort of silverware at this point of the season will be a massive boost for Tottenham Hotspur Football Club.
If they say that, Jimbo, we just do the Greek sign.
Yeah.
That's a bummer.
You know, if we beat Burnley, you know, they're relegated.
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a shame, but you know, we've relegated quite a few teams in our years, haven't we?
There'll be another one on Saturday.
Yeah.
Chrysandro says the annoying thing with the Women's FA Cup is that the winners do not get a European place. UEFA need to fix this. Is that right?
Yeah, they don't. It's a shame, isn't it? Because there's Champions League is the top 3 teams. It's a shame that they don't look at that. Maybe they will do. They'll incorporate it. Next season. I hope. I can always do an email, Kate. I think you should.
I think you should do an email and have a moan, Ellie.
Yeah, I will.
Just say it's not acceptable.
I know, unacceptable.
It would be this would be Spursy as well. As if we win the cup and then next year they change it, so whoever wins the cup gets the European space.
Yeah,
that'd be Spursy. No.
Yeah.
There is only Champions League for the women. Yeah, that's what we're saying. But still, I think if you win the FA Cup, you should get a European spot.
I think you should get Champions League. They can make one more space, couldn't they?
Yeah. But anyway, I hope with every part of my being that we win for the women, for Spurs, but also for like you guys, because what a party you're going to have down at Tottenham if we win. It would be amazing.
Yeah. And like me as an ex-player, right? I played in lots of important games, but there wasn't no organisation. Like we turn up at a ground and the other team wouldn't turn up because there was no strong league running the league. No strong administration running the leagues. So it was so badly organised, but we enjoyed our football. And when Tottenham Hotspur ladies formed, you know, they were always languishing lower leagues, and now they've come up to the top league and they've done very well. Okay, last season was a bit of a blip. We sort of fell off the wagon, but the season before that we finished 5th and we were just not far off the Champions League spots. But this year we've got to the FA Cup and we're 6th currently, and I reckon we could get a 4th with a bit of a push. We could. So I'm just looking forward to the game.
Ellie, was you good enough to get in this team?
I think so. I think because I'm a cam. Because I think this team, right? I think we do need somebody like me who can drive with the ball and also pick out a really good pass with my vision. So and I could score goals as well, Jimbo and Kate and Chang. I scored a lot of goals in my career. So, and I set up a lot. I was quite an unselfish player. If I saw a player in a better position than me, I would pass. I wouldn't think to have a pop. But then when I did have a pop, I scored some really good worldy goals. Yeah, I could fit into this team easily. But the fitness of these girls is far superior to what we had, right?
Yeah.
If we were pushed, we would have been able to get to that fitness, definitely. It's just that there wasn't, because the leagues weren't so organised, there wasn't so emphasis on fitness. Plus, we only played 80 minutes then. Yeah, so I'll put myself in that team.
Lee Richards says, if it wasn't for people like Ellie, Spurs ladies wouldn't be where they are now. I hope the club officially recognises pioneers like you, Ellie.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that because we really did try hard to get notoriety from the club. And it didn't fall on deaf ears. They were listening, but they were waiting for other people to do something rather than taking the lead, you know, because other clubs, even like Doncaster Bells, you know, they were like bigging up everybody and making football well known in the north, and then it just trickled down. Because you know, northern teams in England with the men, they are the sort of pioneers, aren't they? They're like really strong teams like Liverpool, Man United, now Manchester City, and then they've got other teams like back in the day, Preston North End, Burnley, Sheffield United, Sheffield Wednesday. All these teams were fantastic back in the day, and like Aston Villa as well, coming down to the Midlands, right? And London teams were sort of, back in the day, they weren't so good, but it took to about maybe Arsenal were good in the 30s, but we started being good in the 60s. And same with the women. The southern teams are doing really well now, and they're competing with the northern teams in terms of the levels. And I think the London teams have gone ahead. But having said that, is it going to be out of Chelsea and Manchester City who win the league? Arsenal are there or thereabout, but they're still, I don't think they're going to win it. I think either Chelsea or Man City are going to win it. But Chelsea have been a very, very good team as well.
AJ says, "Oh, did you play for Spurs, Ellie? I had no idea. I don't think you've ever mentioned it."
Yeah.
And then he put, "You're as bad as Kate with her name dropping." Yeah, you should be proud. Bloody right, you should be proud. It's amazing.
Putting on our lily white shirt, you know, and playing for our club. You can't, like Steve Perriman said, you can't beat a homegrown player, right? Because they've got the fabric of the club in their heart, and they go on that pitch. There's someone like Ollie Skip. He was grown up at Spurs, right? He'll give his all. He's not always the best player, but you know he'll give his all, right? Mm-hmm. And we've had other players who have been Tottenham through and through, like Steve Perriman. Even though he was an Ealing boy, he signed with us when he was 15 years old. And look at, he's the most decorated player, and he's played the most games for us. So I just think there's always good when you have academy players come through and they really have heart for the club.
Yeah. I mean, Mark, I assume we've got Chelsea on Wednesday, because he said that's why I'm hoping you win it, Ellie, so you might not be all there on Wednesday. So the Spurs ladies must have Chelsea on Wednesday. Big up, Paul. Thanks for becoming a member. Have a good day.
Thanks for that, Paul. Paul, the Spurs fan.
Yeah, Paul the Spurs fan. Yes.
Well, that's it, really. We've covered everything I wanted to cover.
You've done well, Kate. Brilliant.
Yeah, we got the women's previewing. Chang, when can we find you next?
Tomorrow, I'm expected to do a watch along over at El Tel Cockera and Talk and Ball. Prior to that, I might drop in over at Time Added On with Mr. Alan Clark with his pre-match pump up. I'm looking forward to that. I had a fantastic members calling show on Monday with him, and the next time we'll be on together, hopefully on Monday. Is it going to be Monday?
Yep.
Next. Okay, good.
Oh,
so
it's my birthday.
Yay!
Exactly. I would love nothing more than to have a birthday noon show for you with something to celebrate. Hopefully, I really am hoping the Spurs ladies lift that FA Cup trophy. So we have something to celebrate on your birthday at noon on Monday. So I really am looking forward to that as well, Miss Kate. And Mr. James, as always, a pleasure, sir, to be here
always a pleasure with you, Chang. It's nothing but
Queen Ellie as well.
With you, Chang. Every stream with you is a pleasure. And with Ellie.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
The gentleman, isn't he?
It's so lovely to have you on the show, always, Chang.
Always got a smile on your face.
He does. Lovely. He does indeed. Even when he's not wearing yellow, he's still a ray of sunshine.
I love it.
Ellie, when can we find you next?
Yeah, so I was supposed to do a show earlier today on the Hotel Cockerel, but I was so knackered, I just couldn't do it. But I'll plan it for later today. I might do an evening show, you know, like a late one, like a 9 or 10 o'clock one. But I'll have to get Colin to do my thumbnail for me. But I'm just going to dedicate it to the Spurs ladies.
Yeah.
I'll do a whole show on Spurs ladies. And what I'll do, I'll get some slides together and make it a little bit more interesting for people to watch. So look out for that one, people. And then I'm on with you on your birthday.
Yeah.
We're having a party. We're having a party.
Let's hope that the ladies win and the men win, so it's not doom and gloom.
It'd be so cool. Yeah.
Nice one, everyone. Big up Kate, who knows Mickey and Ellie, who play for Spurs ladies. If you didn't know, have a great day. Lee Richards did say, Ellie, I'll just read this quick. This is why I can never forgive any player for not trying in a Spurs shirt. We pay to play for the club. Some of the current squad should realise what an honour it is to wear the lily white shirt.
I know. You should put that shirt on with pride and go out on that pitch and give your all. Yeah.
Yeah. Agreed. Jimbo, when are you on next? Monday.
I'm on Monday, Kate.
Okay, very professionally done. Thank you. Big thank you to Paul G for becoming a member and giving a super chat, and for Bobby K for his super chat as well. I did have a question. No, I starred it. Who are the best team in Premier League history? Someone asked. I've got to say, it's so difficult. It's got to be one of the men. It's got to be the Man City. I'm going to say the Man City team of last year because they did the treble.
It's just the Premier League, not the whole history. Yeah, I would say Manchester United.
Yeah, the class of '92, that era.
Yeah, because they were so exciting to watch.
Yeah, that's true.
Brilliant, fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'd have to go with you there, actually. Chang, are you in agreement, or are you going to say, come on, you Spurs?
I would love to say, come on, you Spurs. Of course, I would love to say, come on, you Spurs. But rather than deluding myself, that Manchester United class of 92 was different gravy. And that really sparked a whole revolution. Just not only for British, not only for the Premier League, but for British soccer as well. When you look at how they then went on to properly challenge in Europe, and they also lifted the Champions League. And if memory serves me right, I can't remember what year it was. It was either 98 or 99, that United Champions League miracle that late Solskjaer. I think it was 99 as well. That late Solskjaer, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer winner. That was a fantastic watch to watch. Even though as a neutral, or even if you're a rival fan, that was a good game to watch. That final, well done to Manchester United. And I would say that given just their history as well, I would say that Manchester United are probably the best team in the Premier League. The best Premier League team in history.
Yeah.
It's hard to disagree. Big up, Nick. Good to see you, sir. Nick the driver. Mark, you've had some incredible teams. Your team, when Drogba scored that late Champions League penalty, there's been some incredible teams. You look at the Aguero Man City team. There's just been so many, but I think Manchester United, they were so good to watch, and in every position they were just magnificent.
And you got to look that when Man United won the treble, there were so many good teams around in Europe. Some feet. And you got to look. Sometimes things happen in life that I don't think will ever happen again. And what's it called? Ronnie O'Sullivan doing a 147 in 5 minutes. I don't think that'll ever be done again. And Arsenal being the Invincibles, I think the way football is now, that'll never happen again. Not in my life.
Do you know what Terry was saying? If you look over the sea, there's hundreds of teams that have been invincible. Look at Bayer Leverkusen.
Not in the Premier League.
There was not in the Premier League, but there was someone who done it in the English League Division 1.
Yeah.
So it's not, but I agree. I think with the levels of football now, for someone to be invincible would be incredible. But
we were invincible for the first 10 games.
Lee Richards says the best team never to win the Premier League has got to be Poch's team that got nearly 90 points in 2017. I agree. For us to not won anything with that team,
I think
it's criminal.
I know it is criminal, but I think Spurs have had the best players, right, that haven't won anything. We've won the League Cup and that's it. But in the Premiership, we've had some fabulous players, right? And under Poch, we were fantastic. Under Harry Redknapp, we were fantastic. And then we lost our way a little bit after that. But we've had some incredible players, haven't we?
Yeah.
Really star players.
Yeah, agreed. Nick says he's bought a new bed, doesn't fit in our room, had to move one of the rooms with the kids, and I spent £200 on a chest of drawers that doesn't fit in the new room. The bed is so big, FML. You shouldn't be so big time then, should you? You should just buy a normal bed like normal people, Mr. Big Stuff. Mark says, no, I get it. This could be debated for so long and you could still never agree on it. Exactly.
Yeah.
There's so many.
Like who's the best manager? There's going to be people say, I think it's Sir Alex Ferguson, but there's going to be people say Pep. There's people
for me it's
say,
Alex Ferguson.
I like Brian Clough myself because I think he was fabulous. He won the European Cup when it was the European Cup, yeah. Because I always say the Champions League is the UEFA Cup because it is, because 4 teams go in it, right? And that was the UEFA Cup. But the Champions League, where Brian Clough won it twice, he won it, and he was such an incredible manager, you know. And obviously Bill Nicholson of Spurs, you know, he was fabulous as well. When we done the double, we scored 115 goals and conceded 59. We on dirt pitches. We nobody's beaten that record, guys. Nobody's beaten it. They haven't scored 115 goals in one season. What a great team to do, and first London team to do the double as well.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, all the others had to follow us, you see.
Probably saying Birkinshaw, but I mean, there's Mark saying, who's your favourite Premier League manager of all time?
My favourite Premier League manager of all time.
The one you think is the best.
Or the one I think the best is Sir Alex. I think that well, what a manager, and look, it proves what a manager he was because they've never been the same since. So it just shows how good he was. My favourite manager of all time is probably Birkinshaw. But
the question was Premier League manager.
All right, I'm just saying. Can't I say my favourite manager?
No, because it was Premier League.
All right, my favourite Premier League manager.
All right.
Oh, God.
In fact, we move on. We just do who the best is because you're taking a lifetime, Jimbo. So
it's so hard. There's so many good managers there's been.
Mr. Chang, who do you think's been the best Premier League manager of all time?
It's got to be Ferguson. Because I can't see anyone else coming close to him. Maybe Arsene Wenger is the second best, or maybe even Pep in this modern league, in the modern era of the Premier League. But all-time favorite, or rather all-time best Premiership manager has got to be Alex Ferguson.
Yeah, I've got my answer.
Ellie, do you agree? Do you think it's Alex?
Yes, Sir Alex, but Arsene Wenger, what a great manager he was. He needs a good shout out as well. 7 FA Cups he won. That's nearly as many as we've won. But yeah, because he was so charismatic and he knew how to get under people's skin to get it over the line. You know, like the famous Kevin Keegan one was fabulous to watch when Kevin Keegan had his meltdown.
I'd love it. I'd love it if we beat them. I'd love it.
Right, but no, because he nurtured a young team from the academy and made them into superstars. And what the way they played was so exciting to watch. What a great team. And all the teams that followed with the Schmeichels and the Vidic and the Ferdinands and the Berbatovs and the Sheringham's and the Solskjaers and everybody in the Giggs. You know, there's so many players you can roll off your tongue. Yeah. You know, they shaped our years when football was really football, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Go on, Jimbo, then. Who's your favourite Premier League manager of all time?
I think the best is Alex, and my favourite is Harry Redknapp.
Yes, my favourite too.
Good.
I love
That's a good answer. That is a very, very good answer.
Yeah, just for his pure and for the transfer windows out of the car window.
What about when they said you're a wheeler dealer? You said fuck off.
Yeah, he was brilliant. You've got to shout out to big old Harry. I'd love for him to come out of retirement. What a legend.
He was brilliant on I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here as well.
Oh,
Damn Roly Poly.
He was so good.
He was brilliant.
I backed him that year, Ellie.
You met him that year?
No, I backed him to win it.
You backed him, yeah. I mean, that was a good backing because he was so funny and down to earth and real. You know, just a true Cockney geezer, isn't he?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Right, that is the end of the show now. Sorry, I got way late. I remembered that I hadn't answered the question. Thanks everyone for watching, for smashing a like. Make sure you join us again on Monday. Yes, I have got a member show next Thursday. It says Chang my manager about. Yes, I do. But it's my birthday before then on Monday, in case anyone doesn't know. Listen, all the best to the Spurs ladies. We will all be screaming for you, and also obviously to the Tottenham men. Please beat Burnley. I can't stand any more banter. Have a great weekend, everyone, and as always, come on you Spurs.
Come on you
Tottenham.
Did you just say what did you just say there, Jim?
Come on you fucking ladies.
Yes, it's in.
Come on Ange Ball, come on Rob Ball. Bring it on.